right, hello. My name is Harvey Morrissey, a student at Southeast University working on Intercultural Communications class, and we're doing the assignment for the interview of two cultures. Today, I have my friend with me,
Sharia Mehta.
Sharia Mehta, and he's native to
India.
And so we're just going to go over a couple questions, do this interview, and hopefully you enjoy.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go over a couple questions. First of all, just driving straight into it. What's your definition of culture?
Culture is basically, I wouldn't say like your race, your religion, that all is one thing, but culture is what you grow up with, like around your family, around your society. Culture is what you learn from your environment, to me. It's distinct in every city to me, and there's just, I don't know how to explain it better.
Yeah.
I hope you don't use this word.
So it's like distinct to your region, or
I would say region, yeah. In my culture, it's very distinct to our regions, and every state is different, but every city is definitely different.
Okay.
So it's very diverse.
All right, sounds good. How would you define family?
My closest, most confident people who I trust more than life itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
It's not just blood, but family is the people who decide to stay and decide to be trustworthy.
Okay. All right. Can you give me a description of what your family looks like?
Currently, in my immediate family, it's me, my parents. I have an older sister. She's 3.5 years older than me. She got married, so now a brother-in-law who is more of a brother than a brother-in-law to me. We're very close. A lot of times we make my sister feel like the third wheel because we have the same interests, so it's a lot of fun. But that's my immediate family. But family for us includes all of my aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone from both sides of my family. So family includes about 20 to 30 people.
20, 30. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just your immediate family.
I would say intermediate family.
Intermediate.
Like the closest thing we have is like my dad has 3 siblings who one lives in New Jersey, but the other 2 live in Florida. One lives 5 minutes away. The other one lives 2.5 hours at Cocoa. And we see each other. We used to see each other twice a month.
Wow.
And like either we'd go to Cocoa or they'd come here. And now it's been a little bit less, but they're still coming over this weekend. We're gonna have about 19 people for Thanksgiving, 20. And that's our small
Wow.
Thanksgiving. So
Yeah. That's our small. Yeah. Okay.
That's,
Well, I know.
that's us cutting it.
Yeah, I know. For my family, we have a pretty big, I would say, immediate family as well, but probably not as quite as lengthy as yours.
That's like second mom, second dad type deal. Like
Right.
that close.
Right. All right. So next question. Who holds the most status in your family, or at least your immediate family when you're growing up? So I know like a lot of cultures, your father has the most status, but for you guys, what was that?
Growing up, especially in India, everything is a very male-dominant culture for sure. It's males. Like if we talk in the times of like my grandpa, my grandma cannot say his name today.
Yeah.
They were married for 50-something years. She has said his name about 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, like there was back then if a woman came into the room, she'd cover her head and all that. And now it's changing, but like growing up, it was still my dad held a lot of the power. It was like if my dad says something, I can't question it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do something different. But we moved here when I was rather young, and he's accepted the fact that it's not like that anymore. We're moving forward. Even in India, it's changed, but at a much slower rate. In my house, it's shifted really fast, where it was like everyone has to take responsibility. Everyone's equal. Everyone talks. Everyone communicates. But
Right.
back in like talking Indian cultures, males still dominate.
Okay.
Very much. Yeah.
And you were saying something about her saying his name. What was it? What does that have to do with anything?
It's just respect. It was like they never even questioned the male. It was like my grandma always was like under. Like another example would be like dinner. The guys always get served first.
Okay.
Once the guys are done eating, then all the moms eat. I've always questioned, I'm like, why can't we just eat together?
Right.
Or why can't, like, if we're, because most of our, this is going to sound very bad, but most of our gatherings include the dads and the adults, males outside talking business and maybe having beers and stuff. And the moms will be inside doing their things. And we don't eat dinner until like 11, 12. So at that point I question, I'm like, if they're sitting outside, why don't you guys just eat before them if you guys are hungry, and then feed them later whenever they're hungry?
And do you find that in contrast to other cultures that you've seen?
Not much.
Not much?
There's it's still a pretty like male-dominated world where guys typically get away with a lot more. I would say it's easier for us.
All right. Okay, so then how do you define success? And I guess in that case, how would your culture define success?